It was a low-key arrival for such a high-profile visit. The Crown Prince from Saudi Arabia did not go in through the front door, but soon found himself in the Oval Office. And there, US President Donald Trump, addressing mainly a domestic audience, took the opportunity to outline the financial importance of the Saudi relationship.
Some of the things that have been approved and are currently under construction and will be delivered to Saudi Arabia very soon.
This is Mohammed bin Salman's second visit to the White House in a year, and he was keen to point out this was the continuation of an old alliance.
We are the oldest ally of rest of America and the Middle East,
Right.
More than 80 years.
But there was a warning from the president to Saudi Arabia and others in the region.
Whether it's Saudi Arabia or other countries, as we know, there will be no funding. We have a zero tolerance for the funding of terrorists.
Among the things to be covered in the talks, the Iran nuclear deal, security across the Middle East, and the war in Yemen, which was also being discussed across town, with some US senators expressing concern about America's continued support of the Saudi-led operation in the country.
U.S. forces have been actively engaged in support of the Saudi coalition in this war, providing intelligence and aerial refueling of planes whose bombs have killed thousands of people and made this humanitarian crisis far worse.
The Crown Prince's visit here to the White House marks the start of a 3-week trip to the United States. He'll meet business leaders, oil executives, academics, representatives from Silicon Valley's high-tech companies and the movie industry, all aimed at reshaping his kingdom's image here in the United States. But one analyst says there are bigger issues to deal with closer to home for Saudi Arabia.
Of course, Saudi Arabia has transformed itself from a status quo power to an activist party in the region, which has put it directly at coalition course with Iran. And this sets the stage for a very dangerous and unpredictable environment.
There was no mention of the ongoing Gulf crisis in the Oval Office. A Saudi-led trade embargo against Qatar has now been in place for 10 months. And Donald Trump has moved away from his offer to host talks for everyone at Camp David. Mohammed bin Salman has a long list of things to be discussed, debated and agreed during this US trip. And he does so believing his relationship with the president is deep, strong and mutually beneficial. Alan Fisher, Al Jazeera, at the White House.